Hi, today I'm going to tell you a story about Samson and Delilah. Samson was a guy, Delilah was a girl. Now, Samson has a long story that gets to this point, so I'll tell it real quick. Okay, and now we're Samson, and he's an older guy. He's like 30 or 40 or something like that, really old. And but he is strong. He's strong. Can you think of somebody who's really strong? Like guys named Arnold and stuff. He was stronger than anybody. So Samson was really, really strong. Anyway, he had this girlfriend that seemed kind of goofy. I don't know why he liked her, because she was always doing funny stuff to him. But one of the things about Samson was he had really long hair, longer than this, and a big old beard and stuff like that. And so one time the soldiers, who were scared of Samson, because he kept killing soldiers, you know, so that would make them kind of nervous about being around him. Anyway, they said to Delilah, look, you're his girlfriend. I want you to find out what his source of strength is so we can kill him. And so next time she had a date with Samson, she said, Samson, honey, that's my Delilah voice. Samson, honey, how come you're so strong? And Samson said, well, if you tie some strings around my arms and tie my hands behind my back, I won't be able to move. And she said, okay. So she told the soldiers, and while he was sleeping, they did that. They tied him up with some new rope. And then the soldier said, boo! And he just ripped all the ropes and stuff, and the soldier said, Delilah, you biffed it. So she said, Samson, you lied to me! And so he thought, okay, I'm going to have to do something about this. And so he told her another story, and finally he said, he got tired of her nagging at him. And he said, okay, if you cut my hair, there goes my strength, because I'm only strong because I haven't cut my hair since I was born. And Delilah said, okay. And so when he went to sleep, the soldiers came up, cut his hair, and then they said, boo! And he got up just like he was going to beat him up like normal, but he didn't have any strength left. So they took him and beat him up, brought him to a place, and they hooked him to something and made him work all the time, and he got his strength back eventually. But that's the story of Samson and Delilah. That's where she's out of the picture, because they carted him off to jail. Today I want to give a little illustration or a little scientific experiment about capillary action. Now, capillary action is what feeds the trees. Trees have roots that go into the ground, and the small tubes, almost like the tree's blood veins, reach into the ground, absorb water and nutrients, and capillary action can push them to the very top of a tall tree. So we're going to do a little experiment with capillary action. This happens slowly, and so I'm going to take part of the picture now, and then I'll take part of it at another time. I'm going to put water in one of these glasses. And I'm going to put some coloring in one of them. And that way we can see it clearly. We can also see my hand clearly. So, now I'm going to take 2 napkins for this experiment. Experiments are always, they're trying something out. You do an experiment to see how something works, or we can find out what doesn't work. And so in this one, I think this is going to work, but I took those 2 napkins and I bunched them together and made a little rope out of it. Then I'm going to put one on the wet side and one on the dry side in those 2 glasses. I can't see anything happening. Like I said, it goes very slowly. We'll come back to this experiment later to see how it's progressing. What I'm hoping will happen is the capillary action in the paper will pull the water up to this side and then deposit it in this glass. So that takes a while. And I'm going to stop doing this now and come back to it later. Here's a little update on the capillary action experiment. When I put the paper towels into the water, the paper began using capillary action to pull the water up. And now Some of the orange coloring is all the way to the bottom, and it might be that there are some drips of water in the other glass. It takes a long time. That was over an hour ago. So don't expect this experiment to go very fast. But it is progressing, and I'll bring you more updates in a while. Here's an update on the capillary action video. We can see now that the orange colored water is going up into the towel with capillary action and then going down into the glass on the other side. I can see the bottom of the glass is covered with the orange water. And I'll set this aside and come back to it in a little while. Another hour has elapsed, and this is the capillary action that has happened since then. The liquid in the empty glass is now about not quite half a centimeter in depth, but the liquid is dropping in there, and the only way it's going is capillary action is bringing it to the top, and then it's able to go down to the bottom. So the capillary action that would bring water to the top of the tree is working right here, and you can experiment with it yourself. So now the amounts are almost equal. And it's almost 30 hours since I started.